Punches, lucky doos and loot. Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
assist you. Be careful. What brings you here? Till next we meet.
I have many lucky doos you like. Farewell, friend of the Grummles. Oh, I have just the thing. Wanderer. Farewell, friend of the Grummles. Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you. Many farewells.
And I know
I have many, many wares.
Hello. Good luck, friend.
I have many lucky doos you like. Good fortune to our friends.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Let me just lower the volume of my music and all that. It doesn't interfere with the chat. So what do you want to do?
You okay for some time walking? I haven't completed my quest yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've done mine for the week. Let me check.
It said that you've completed it.
Who knows? I was doing mostly mythics earlier, but yeah, I'm up for anything. That's good. I'm just
Okay.
waiting on Tuesday so I can get my 210 item. See what happens. Hopefully I get a piece of armor.
Okay, just getting my mailbox here.
They're completely revamping the way they're doing gear on the next patch based on what I'm seeing. They're gonna have like raid gear for raids, PvP for PvP, and mythic runs for mythic runs.
Wait, so there's gonna be a gear set for everything?
And I don't like that.
Come on, I would like to have. I don't mind two sets, like one for PvP and one for mythic and raiding.
Yeah,
PvE,
the thing is
you know?
because what they're gonna do is that they're gonna do raid specific gear that's got like some kind of gem sockets on it, something or other, and then the gems can only be found inside the raid along with the gear. But those buffs are only good for raids, nothing else. You can't use them for mythics. You can't use them for PvP. Which I mean, I would be okay if you could use the raid buffs for mythics and the raids. Use that as one tier, and then use the other tier for PvP. I think I would be fine with that. So you cannot use your how can I say it, your raid buffs on PvP because that would be excessively overwhelming for PvP. But I still think, like right now, based on the PvP experience that I have, is that people that run like those mythic keys are like level 15, considerate the PvPers.
Okay.
Yeah, at least that's what I'm saying.
Greetings, mortal. This crisis.
So anything new and exciting
Think about life or just the game?
in general?
My house is almost finished painting. I'll probably need about like another day or two of painting left, and it should be done. And doing a roof too, but that's gonna probably be done by contractors. So I'm just gonna be overseeing that.
Okay.
Aside from that, I just take it easy in the house after working over like a year, with 84 hours a week. Not only that, though, it's still hard to find good work right now. I'm just chilling.
Intruders have entered the Master's domain. Signal the alarms. Father, not even fit to labor in a quarry. Relish these final moments, for soon you will be nothing more than mindless undead.
Heroes of the Alliance, attack!
Your last waking memory will be of agonizing pain.
No! You monster!
Minions, destroy these interlopers.
I do what I must. Please forgive me, noble soldiers.
Paladin's not even responding, seeing stuff he's using. Hey, thank you for the follow,
Yeah,
Fox.
it's based on my experience. As the expansions come out every 2 years, the quality of player keeps dropping. Nobody uses their character mechanics anymore.
Yeah.
All they do is gun ho, DPS as much as you can. Nobody worries about survival, surviving the fights.
Mm.
And people want to be carried also in mythics. Like for me, I had to over like 197 gear score on my healing. And then I got people running mythic like +4 when they got like 160 gear score. Pisses me off something. But
So what you up to, Fox? I have Twitch, I have Facebook, YouTube, but my main source is Twitch.
You will have to make your way across this quarry on your own. Free any Alliance slaves that you come across.
Hey, thank you
will also
there
need
as
their
well,
assistance
Fox.
in battling Tyrannus.
your,
I will
anima
gather
quests
reinforcements
stuff.
and join you on the other side of the quarry.
Sorry to hear with her talking. What was that now?
Have you done your anima quests for like like your dailies
No,
for the anima?
I haven't done any of them.
Okay, you can probably do them after this, I guess.
Why I gotta do 5 of these?
Oh, okay. Should be easy with you being tank and not being melee.
Are we missing someone in DPS?
I'm not even paying attention to be honest to you. Let's see. I'm just giving the bard. I think somebody said follow. Yeah. That little piggy one like your Aralu was trailing us.
I don't get D-Live as much as well, but like I said, I outsource myself everywhere just to have a chance to get a new follower, you know? Right now, I'm cooking some red kidney beans so that I can try and make red bean paste. I was supposed to use a different type of bean, but the thing is that all I can get is red kidney beans in my area. Yeah, D-Live is cool, especially when they promote you. That I like. Is the random promotion.
Too far away.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, the PS is like 100 yards behind.
So what was that?
The DPS were following us like 100 yards behind.
Yeah. Like, for that Ender Mage, I'm DPSing more than him.
Well, that's kind of a given with the AoE. That's what I was telling another guildie. Like, coming next patches, like the next maybe couple of patches, a lot of DPS are gonna start crying about the tanks being like excessively overpowered. Same thing with the healers.
But I mean, like, on one mob, it shouldn't be that far close to me.
Yeah, oh yeah. Unless he's like trashy gear or not paying attention to what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I know as a tanks, especially tanks, as they gear up, man, those things become excessively it's powerful.
Yeah. Okay, he's using the Ender buff, so I'm gonna use Consecration.
Too far away.
I don't know what this boss does.
Our work must not be interrupted. Ick, take care of them.
They're usually pretty easy as long as the DPS doesn't do anything stupid.
Quickly, poison them all while they're still close. Arms and legs are in short supply. Thanks for your contribution. Enough moving around. Hold still while I blow them all up. I've changed my mind. Go get that one instead. Don't kill me, please. I'll tell you everything.
Okay,
I'm
run up
not
the
so
ramp.
naive as to believe your appeal for
Yeah,
clemency,
I'm just
but I will
Rezzing
listen.
one of these guys that died.
What you seek is in the Master's lair, but you must destroy Tyrannus to gain entry. Now, within the halls of reflection, you will find Frostmourne. It holds the truth.
Frostmourne lies unguarded? Impossible.
I swear it's true. Please don't kill me.
Worthless gnat. Death is all that awaits you.
No!
Do not think that I shall permit you entry into my master's sanctum so easily. Pursue me if you dare.
What a cruel end. Come, heroes. We must see if the gnome's story is true. If we can separate Arthas from Frostmourne, we might have a chance at stopping him.
They talk too much.
They say your DPS is lazy play. All they have to do is DPS and keep themselves alive. Don't do anything stupid.
Something wrong here?
About what? No, I'm just saying in general, right?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. Why that's not continuing.
Oh, okay. We got one more to go.
Stay up there at the top.
Okie dokie.
Hey there.
All I ever wanted was to study.
You need something?
What can I do?
Have a good one.
Barking on poles.
Did we bug it?
Well, we got Scourge, Tyrannus. Up that we have on the top of the map, which is the bottom of the hill.
Oh, I went the wrong way. That's why.
And we forgot Forge Master.
I'm out of range.
Tiny creatures under feet. You bring Kyrfrost something good to eat.
You almost here?
Yeah, I got you.
I thought I'd give you some work.
Oh, axe too
Okay,
weak.
I'm geared for raids.
Kyrfrost make better and crush you. We'll save for snack for later.
Ah, there we go. Oh, that was close.
Yep, I just passed away.
Kyrfrost tired of puny mortals.
You know, try to face it against the DPS, like trying to face it against the wall or
will
something.
freeze.
Otherwise, all these guys are
We'll
gonna die.
save for snack for later.
Too far away.
save for snack.
Was that too far?
For later.
It's on that.
I thought I was facing him away from you guys.
No, it's okay. These are all dungeons.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Trying to see if you can face him against the
Tiny
wall.
creatures under feet.
Doesn't spike us too much.
You bring Carfrost.
Yeah, he does it. It's an
something
AoE thing.
Good to eat. Oh, axe too weak. Garfrost make better and crush you.
I need a target.
That one, maybe no, not so good to eat now. Stupid Garfrost. Bad. Bad.
Ah, I still died. What's the trick here?
Well, I mean, to some extent, he does still do AoE, but you minimize it if you face him against the wall. You want that can try to tank him and kind of show you how to do it, and you can heal it.
We'll save for snack.
You want to do that? Switch.
I'm good. It's just, you know, I can face him towards the wall. It's just that those ice spikes still come out.
Yeah, but it sort of minimizes it to some extent.
Like, so you're saying you want him on the wall itself?
Uh-huh. You have to kind of get yourself into a corner, like out on the wall facing you, like you're giving your back to the wall and then the monster's facing directly the wall. You got him like right in the corner. That way you minimize
Sort of like
the
the corner
spikes.
where he is right now.
Pretty much, yeah. Because the closer he is to the wall, the spikes, the circumference
I have
gets
many,
smaller
many
and smaller,
wares.
to some extent.
Okay.
Tiny creatures under feet. You bring Garfrost something good to eat.
Almost crashing in the butt. And what the DPS should try to do
Is this better?
yeah, it helps some. But the DPS has to be smart enough to get out of the area that we're like.
We'll save for snack for later.
See, like I found a nice spot where I'm not gonna hit. And don't move around, just keep it around.
Axe too weak. Garfrost make better and crush you.
He should be on his way back, right?
Yeah, but why did he go over there? Did somebody aggro him?
No, it's for the axe. No, I'm died.
That one, maybe no, not so good to eat now. Stupid Gavras! Bad! Bad!
So what's the issue?
Well, let's see. I mean, the main thing is you try to keep him on the corner as much as possible so he doesn't move so much. That way the spikes, the few spikes that get sent out are more predictable. Damn it. The boss is coming.
Tiny creatures under.
We got 1 DPS short.
Why would he release when he has two people that can res him?
People were just used to other players being rude and not going out of the way to help anybody else out. That happens to me a lot too. They get like a paladin tank or something and they don't even bother raising me up. Let's say just people are just lazy now. No
1 second.
cooperation.
Just gonna check on my beans on the stove.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, back.
It's okay.
So back in the corner?
Yep. Try to get him in the corner.
Tiny creatures under feet. You bring
Hey, thank you for the follow.
something good to eat.
Back on my end.
We'll
I'm down.
save for snack.
Yeah.
For later.
And the DPS are running all over the place. I can't keep up.
Axe too weak. Garfrost make better.
Want to let them know in the chat?
Crush you.
Yeah, if you can let them know that they need to try to stay together as a group within my range, but at the same time they need to stay away from the spikes.
No, I think the spikes follow.
That one, maybe no, not so
Well, you
good.
can somewhat
eat
try to
now.
avoid some of them. You're not going to be able to do all of them.
Stupid Garfrost. Bad. Bad.
And the boss also happens to throw a rock.
That one, maybe no, not so
Yeah,
good.
but you can use it as a
To
shield
eat
also.
now.
Temporarily, what? Temporary, anyways. What surprises me is that we got 2 range casters. It's like they might be dying. Melee DPS, I understand, but not for range.
Okay, so any ideas what you want me to do next?
I mean, my logic, as I used to play Hunter a long time ago, which technically they're casters, is that when you're a caster, you have much more movement, you know, circumference around the boss. So, like, whenever you're fighting and you're getting too much damage, you're supposed to pull back and let
You bring
healer heal you
Bifrost
and go back in the
something
fight when you have
good to eat.
some of these guys don't know when to pull back.
No, axe too weak. Garfrost make
It's not
better.
about how much DPS you do, is if you can survive the fight.
I don't have a target. I need to get closer.
That one, maybe no, not so good to eat now. Stupid
Yeah, take it.
Garfrost. Bad.
Just people darn not where they're supposed to be. And I cannot keep up with all the damage.
That one, maybe no, not.
What does he talk about by drop stacks?
I'm thinking what he's trying to get across is that everybody goes hide behind the boulder. When he throws those green stones, that everybody goes behind the boulder and hides, because that's when the AoE ice sickles get more aggressive, and that's when you hide behind the boulder. But the trick to it, as far as I remember anyways, because I used to heal this a lot, is as a tank, you're supposed to keep the mob or the boss towards facing the wall, yes, they do an AoE icicle attack, right, in range. But the icicles get very predictable. So as long as you got like range DPS on it, which we have, maybe 1 or 2 there. We got the Warlock. Those guys normally should not have to worry too much about being able to DPS and avoiding the icicles so much because they have range. The ones that hurt are the ones that are melee DPS. But the problem is that it's like people are not placing themselves properly. This can be an easy fight. If everybody knows what they're doing, it could be very hard.
I hope you find something useful.
It says he says an order that stacks on you, hiding behind the boulder resets it.
Okay. Anyway, I guess I'll try and hide behind the boulders. But if I do that, then...
Well, a tank can normally take a few blows, right? Especially when you're popping your cooldowns and stuff. It's the DPS that have to worry. The DPS and the healers, because we don't have enough hit points and damage mitigation.
5,
You can
4,
take a few
4,
blows.
3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Tiny creatures under feet. You bring Garfrost something good to eat.
But look at this guy, like Joey. He's like, man, he doesn't even know how to avoid this stuff, man.
Axe too weak. Garfrost make better.
The thing is that unless you know how to fight this stuff, man, you're gonna take a lot of damage.
Garfrost tired of puny mortals. Now your bones will freeze.
There's another bomb there.
I need a target.
Garfrost,
About time.
giant underrats, clean.
See, it's a tank you can take it, but it's the DPS that unless you know how to avoid this stuff, like running around.
Another shall take
You'll
his
never
place.
finish this one.
You waste your time.
This way. We're about to mount an assault on the Scourge Lord's location.
Your pursuit shall be in vain, intruders. For the Lich King has placed an army of undead at my command. Behold, whelps! You will not reach the entrance of my lord's lair. Soldiers,
I need
destroy
to
them!
target something first.
Where is everyone?
Well, there's 4 of us here.
I ran up the ramp to avoid the guys.
So you died. Nope, there you go.
Yeah, because if you run up the ramp before he finishes talking, they you can skip a lot of trash.
Mm-hmm. pulled some trash.
So what was that?
One of the DPS pulled some trash. And one of the other DPSers aborted the instance.
Oh, I died.
This is what I tell you about DPS, man. Yep, another guy left. So a lot of people don't realize that all this old stuff, they're technically like heroics you're running.
Yeah.
And the gear that we have, it doesn't matter what type of gear. Because Blizzard uses some kind of scaling system to replace your gear.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles. He's like you. May your feet find good trails.
Far away.
Yeah, you need a mana break?
Yep.
Never mind, someone cold.
Gotta drink a little mana.
Okay.
There we go.
And also another thing is I'm the only one that's countering, it seems.
Well, what makes these things hard is that it doesn't matter what your gear score really is when you're doing time walking. Is that because you get like assigned a certain number. And it's almost like you're doing these things in blues and they're all heroics.
Yeah.
And then you got all these people that don't know how to play the
I had
classes.
many
They're
lucky
pulling
twos,
people, they're
you
pulling trash
right?
they're not supposed to. You know, like the shaman could be hexing, and the mage could be sheeping, and then don't do anything. And they can't even keep themselves alive.
Am I too squishy?
Well, it's not your fault. It's just that the way the time walking works. It's like, to be honest with you, even my healing spells, they all suck except for one, which is regrowth. Mostly like one button healing for the most part. And that's what a lot of the players, when they're doing these time walkings, they don't realize that your gear score doesn't really matter much when
Hey, thank you for the braid.
and the hexing.
How are you, Everwing? Sorry
Instead of
about
you tanking
yesterday.
like 5 players, like in the next wave or 6, you could be doing 2 less. But nobody's bothering with the shipping and the hexing.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you.
How was your stream? How was your stream today? Well, that hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's a lot of damage.
I'm ready back. Stay alive.
Yeah, well, as long as we get most, I think, yeah, we got all of them. We're still fighting one. Mages can be good tanks sometimes. As long as they're frost.
Was that what's happening? He's kiting him off?
Yep, that's what they're supposed to do, is crowd control. But you have to know how to play your class. Same thing goes with the Beastmaster, right? I always love playing Beastmaster because a pet can tank one, and then one of the, let's say, 6 mobs, and then you can ice trap another one. You know, and you can, basically you can chain crowd control with ice trap over and over, so a hunter can control 2 at one time. But nobody's doing that stuff. You know, if the mages had self-healing mechanics, it's probably want to be one of the strongest classes in the whole game.
Reinfang, trap them within the tunnel. Bury them alive.
I need to talk.
We have 12 viewers on right now.
Oh, you're streaming it?
Yep. Showing the world how much I suck.
It's okay. People watch it for entertainment and learning stuff. Leroy Jenkins. You remember that guy?
I do. I need a target.
It was an old vanilla dungeon.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. We got that achievement.
Yep. Yeah, the first wave's gonna come back from the back. It's not
Alas, brave adventurers, your meddling has reached its end. Do you hear the clatter of bone and steel coming up the tunnel behind you? That is the sound of your impending
we will hold
demise.
off the undead as long as we can, even to our dying breath. Deal with the Scourge Lord.
Such an amusing gesture from the rabble. When I have finished with you, my master's blade will feast upon your souls. Die.
I need a target.
I don't know why he wasted his time warp on that. You can obviously tell that they're talking.
Reinpang, destroy this fool!
needs to get closer. He's too far away.
Overwhelming.
You get too far away from the boss, you get an extra damage buff.
Rhinepack, destroy this
Or
fool.
debuff or whatever.
Rhinepack, destroy this fool.
Power overwhelming.
Because the further away you are from the boss, the more damage you take. You see those red lines go onto the character?
No.
I need a target.
Rhinepack, destroy this fool. Rhinepack, destroy this fool.
Power overwhelming.
Possible. Rhinepack, warn.
Brave champions, we owe you our lives, our freedom. Though it be a tiny gesture in the face of this enormous debt, I pledge that from this day forth, all will know of your deeds
All
and the
prices here
blazing
are
path of
reasonable.
light you cut through the shadow of this dark citadel. This day will stand as a testament not
Remember
only
the
to your
lessons of the
valor,
past.
but to the fact that no foe, not even the Lich King himself, can stand
Heroes,
when
to me.
Alliance and Horde set aside their different.
The Frost Queen is gone. We must keep moving. Our objective is near.
Okay.
I could not save them. Damn you, Arthas. Damn you!
I'm just gonna go finish doing my little cooking thing before it all burns.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be back. Huh?
No, I was thinking about doing Torghast like the other way. I did one.
That should give me enough time.
Yeah. Okay, catch you in a while, I guess.
Yeah.
You eat your beans.
Well, I'm not eating beans. I'm turning it into red bean paste.
Oh, like refried beans we do in Latinos. We eat the beans.
No, I'm making Japanese dessert.
Oh, like they do with sugar.
Yeah.
The beans with sugar, we eat them with a little bit of salt, and we like doing refried beans and stick it on top of the mashed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making red bean cakes.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so basically, it's sweetened rice powder, and you make an outer shell, and then put the red bean paste in the middle.
It's pretty good. I remember eating them once, long time ago.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that they tasted as good as they were, because we're used to eating them with salt.
Yeah. But I'm making a substitute with red kidney beans, because there's none of the other beans near me.
Where are you from anyway?
Canada.
Oh, okay. I'm in Texas. So, well, nice meeting you. I guess go do your bean thing so they don't burn, and when you get back, hopefully I'm still around.
Well, we can always talk through the guild chat, voice chat.
Well, I'm still trying to do Discord, but I'm using a Mac, and I've been having a little bit of hard time trying to get it installed and working. So it's just because it's a Mac, and not everything's compatible.
Discord should be compatible with Macs.
They probably are, but it's just you know how it is. They're not as user friendly, I guess. I know they're supposed to be, but most software for most games is not written for Macintosh. They're doing it for PCs.
Hop into the voice chat for Guild, okay?
Okay.
There. Can you hear me okay?
Says misunderstood few guild chat. I can hear you. Nothing for the beans. Yeah, the only beans I ever cooked is the pinto. It's like a staple down here in Texas.
Hey, thank you for the follows. I'm doing pretty good. 1 second, I'm just gonna change the audio. Properties. Okay, so we're gonna change it over to that microphone so you guys can hear me while I'm cooking my beans. And I'm going to put on the Twitch chat so I can see it on my cell phone, I guess. But I'm doing pretty good, guys. I'm doing pretty good. I'm making some red bean paste. So I'm just going to go back and go focus on that. Sorry, I have two things to open now. I'm talking to you and talking to the stream. Hey, you there, boss?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just running around Ouroboros.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to be putting the beans into my blender and turning it into a paste.
you add a sweetener? Just sugar?
Yeah, it's gonna be just sugar in there.
And in Spanish we use piloncillo.
Piloncillo?
Yep, piloncillo. It's like it's a brown sugar. It comes out in a cone.
Okay.
So it's got a raw sugar. It's got a very different flavor than like regular sugar cane, like the white sugar.
Okay. Hey, the beans got bigger. That's kind of cool. Okay, where's my cell phone? I gotta figure out where my cell phone is. I had my cell phone here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I got the chat up here. It says reconnecting to chat. Okay, I gotta do this about 1 cup at a time. I don't know why the chat won't connect.
Would you like my Discord or the other chat?
No, I'm talking about the Twitch chat. It won't connect. It says disconnected from chat. I don't know why. There we go, now I can see chat. Okay, and I need 500 milliliters of water.
Half a liter. That's about half a quart. It's 1 pint. 2 cups.
2 cups of water?
Approximately. Yeah, measuring cups, not like the kinds we use for like teacups.
Oh, but I like teacups.
If you're using teacups, you probably need about 3 of those. A cup is about the size of a small glass of water. It's about 8 ounces.
I'll do 1.25 cups just in case.
You're gonna, well, because eventually what happens, you just keep it in the stove a little bit longer. But you don't want to do it with too much water.
That's what I'm saying. It looks about too much water anyway.
Evaporate, but just you try not to do too much of that because the water, when it's evaporating, the flavor will go along.
Okay.
Normally, like, what I've done before, like when I cook beans with sugar, which is not, I let the bean soak in the water with the sugar inside and dissolve it. So as the bean is swelling, it absorbs the flavor of the sugar.
I need 2 tablespoons of sugar. Regular sugar. I'm not tall enough to get to the sugar. There we go, got the sugar. Maybe pulling some bones out of socket at the same time.
Chair.
What? There's such thing as a thing called a chair?
Use a chair as a cutter.
Jeez, I wonder how much is 8 grams of butter. Ah, damn it. Oh, the butter's wasted. Waiting to the cat litter. Yeah, like I'm gonna eat cat litter flavored butter.
Well, add some maple syrup, bit of sugar. It's better.
I think 2 tablespoons should be good enough for butter. For about 80 grams? I don't know. Just guessing here.
What do you think you're making? Just like 1 cup or 2, like a pint?
Yeah, I'm making 1 cup at a time, I guess. You ever make rice pudding? Yeah, like red bean paste.
My mom used to make me all rice pudding all the time when I was still do. The rice water is called horchata. Was very tasty.
Tastes okay, I guess. Everything good?
Yeah, I'm over here just. I get my girlfriend sent me a text over here. That's what I'm doing.
Oh.
Is this your main character or is it just one of your alts?
One of my alts.
I only got one tune.
Only one tune, that's it?
Yep, I only got one tune. Every expansion, I usually swap around like different characters. I used to love playing Disciplined Priest and Healing with Atonement until Blizzard messed it up. I started way back in the day in Burning Crusade. I started with a Hunter. Then against. And then after that, I got into a Shadow Priest for a little while, like around the time I left Witch King. I used to love playing Priest until Blizzard decided to healing mechanisms. The Shadow Priest that went to Priest, healing with Atonement. It was an awesome way of healing through DPS. Until they messed it up, and now I play it Druid again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. When I get bored, I go from Resto to Guardian to Mooncan to Pharaoh. So there's a lot of different ways of playing the character. They're just very hard to match.
Okay.
Because you have to constantly be changing forms to maximize the way. But the Guardians are going to get easier, not easier, but they get stronger to play with as a matches. Because right now I'm mitigated with about 45% with thick hide with armor. At this season level 1. And normally when you start getting into like season 3 or so, like towards the end of the expansion, by that point you're probably mitigating about 55-60% of all damage.
Okay.
Here. And once you self-buff, you're probably mitigating about 85-90% of all damage. They get very strong, the tanks at the end game. And then your DPS also gets very powerful. It's hard to take out a tank with a gift of I think that's the gift, I think it's called. And it gives you 5% hit points every 5 seconds. Plus I get like 4 rejuvenation spells every minute or so. No rejuvenation, so it's called frenzy rejuvenation.
I don't even have the right tools for me right now. I'm supposed to have a spatula, or like a cooking spatula, but I'm using a hamburger spatula.
Should be using like a plastic one.
That's what I'm using. I'm using a plastic hamburger spatula.
Yep, so it doesn't stretch up your pans and pots. I only use wooden and plastic, spatulas and. That's when the DPS start to cry. No, the tank does more DPS than we do. They got... But it doesn't happen until like later patches. So kick our butt when you PvP and stuff like that. But later on, it's very powerful.
I think I made too much bean paste.
I'll save it for later. You guys have tortillas over there?
I think any country has tortillas. Store-bought ones.
Okay. I know when I used to be visiting Wisconsin, Can make it taquitos with sweet beans and save it for later.
Oh wait! I found a spatula, but it's dirty.
Yeah, some of the buffs that the Mafia are getting next patch, or so they got one that like a soul bind that for every time you crit, you get like 20 or 30% movement speed. And you can block it like every 30. Gonna give you tons of mobility. I like Convoke the Spirits with the Covenant. I just wish that you could channel it while you were moving. I have to stay put. It cancels the effect. But it's like a really good spell for casters and stuff.
Well, that's good. I found a real spatula.
Are you trying to do a little side business with your streaming videos?
Trying to. Um. We start playing around, wanting to get back into arenas.
Yeah. So, do you know anybody who's doing them?
Doing arenas?
Uh-huh.
I guess. I was wondering, were you able to get back in doing your dungeon thing, or?
No, I'm actually doing my my. I think it would be easier.
Because without me being in the group, that's probably why you can't do it.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it, but it's okay. I'll just. 'Cause those things take like a long time, you know, like about 30 minutes at least. Especially as a tank. That's usually the way I do them as a tank. Okay, I need to do my anima quest and stuff for there.
Okay.
I'm hoping that with what I'm doing, and I don't know what you're doing, but like basically what's gonna happen when the new patch comes out, you're gonna get some new gear from your Covenant vendor with anima.
Okay.
And so you're gonna need anima to be able to. Well, I'm expecting you're gonna probably get it from the new chapters that they're gonna pull out. But if you want to upgrade it, you have to have anima for that. So basically, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to save up as much for whatever comes out, so I can upgrade it as quickly as possible. Instead of spending almost a month, which is kind of what I did this time around.
Okay.
And I'll probably do the same thing with my Valor points. I'll save them up, you know, like as much as possible. So when the new system comes out and we're starting running mythics, I'll have enough Valor points in there. Then I can probably upgrade a couple of items.
That's good.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm not gonna spend them, you know.
Yeah.
I'm expecting the new patch will probably come out maybe in about 3 or 4 months.
I think 2 cups is too much water. Because now I just have this soup I have to try and, you know.
Boil off.
Yeah.
Normally what helps, and this is what I'll do when I cook beans, is that like if you're gonna make you know, beans with sugar, is that you put your beans in like a pot before you know you're gonna cook them, like assuming that they're raw.
Yeah.
And then you put whatever mixture you're gonna put in there. Let's say whatever it be, sugar or honey or whatever. And then you let the beans soak overnight, so the bean absorbs all the flavor from the broth it created, which is sugar.
I don't think it can absorb anymore because I turned it into a slurry.
Yeah, but you do that with a raw bean, you know, not if you're getting it from it. That's different because it's already pre-cooked. And then you cook the bean, and then after that, all you have to do is mostly just blend it, because the sugar is gonna get absorbed by the bean. And they cook faster too. The main reason why I learned that is because the pinto bean is among the beans that take the longest to cook. Been single a long time, even though I have a girlfriend, but my mother taught me how to fend for myself.
Sadly, mine didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I just cooked all the beans is all in just water, and then I just blend the sugar and that together, along with some butter. I just didn't think it was gonna take this long to make a couple things of beans, you know?
When I make beans, which is not often, I usually make a whole pot, last about a week.
That's what I did. I made a whole pot.
And make it slowly, get about 4 of them. So, otherwise, it's not worth the effort. And then just freeze it.
I should just did half the bag instead of the whole bag.
Only you eating, or is this guy like a family?
Huh?
You have a family, or is it just you?
Just me.
Yeah. In the same boat. Who knows? Maybe I get lucky with my girlfriend. He's American women are too westernized. I want somebody. I want somebody who's more old school, like the way we used to be in the 50s.
Have like 6 children?
No, like I'll be happy with 1 or 2 at my age, because I'm already 48. But I just mostly want the experience of being a father one day, having maybe one.
Yeah.
At my age, I'm too old for a big family. And but the thing is, what happens with in the States, the women are becoming or have become too independent.
Well, it's not that. It's just that I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to be ridiculed.
Yeah. I'm just saying how it is in Texas. I don't know how it is in Canada. Because from what I hear about Canadians, it's Canadian people tend to be more easygoing based on what I hear. Americans, like in Canada, they're known for having like super clean streets and stuff like that.
Where have you been?
Well, I mean, I'm in Texas, but it's all relative, right? I'm just saying because it's all relative.
Heck, I'm driving down the road and it's like I'm driving through a garbage dump.
Really?
Yeah.
What state in Canada?
Huh?
What state of Canada?
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, okay.
Yeah. Because I'm looking on the side of the road, and it's nothing but trash. I don't even see any grass.
Wow.
That's how filthy the people here are in this town.
Like when I went traveling, like I was working for FEMA, and I traveled 11 states in 1 year. Like this past year, right? And I went to Madison, Wisconsin, which is like really close to Canada. And when I went there, I was impressed by the state. It's like, wow, this state's like super clean, right? And then I went to California. It's one of the filthiest states I've seen in the union. And Oklahoma, the people are poor, but they're over. But in California, it's just they've got a lot of crazy politics, I guess, and so it's too socialized as a state, right? That's kind of what I'm getting at. It's too socialized.
Yeah.
And normally, like when you have states that are more like the state and the federal will stay away from your life, they let you live your life.
Yeah.
But you have to fend for yourself. So then you have what I call them more. You're accountable for your own behavior. So if you make bad decisions, well, guess what, honey? You're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? And if you make good decisions, okay, then you reap the rewards. When you live in a socialist system, which I've lived in Mexico for a while, and I've visited other socialist states south of the border of the U.S., nobody's accountable for the behavior because the government always comes in to help out the people at the bottom, regardless of whatever decisions they took. they got them there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But if you work your ass off, then you get reprimanded because they think, oh, you got too much money and you have to take some of it away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if you're a self-made man, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of California for you, right? So if you're gonna be living in California, not only do you pay a federal income tax, but then the state of California charges you an extra tax on top of that.
Hmm.
And then you have to pay for fuel tax, you have to pay high property tax, you pay toll roads.
I was wondering if you have an electric car, do you skip the fuel tax?
Well, this is what they're doing. This is the crazy stuff, okay? The poor people, let's say you live in Los Angeles, right? And I don't know if you're familiar with Los Angeles or San Francisco, like big cities.
Yeah.
They're expensive places. So if you live in those cities, you have to have a very good income. Otherwise, you're not going to afford very much. And I'm talking about crappy properties.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying $2,000, $3,000 a month to live in a crappy place, which just doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So what the poorer people are doing, let's say like a high school teacher or registered nurse that don't make as much money,
Mm-hmm.
in order to live more peacefully, they tend to move out of the city, like in the outskirts.
Okay.
So they can afford more property, better property for your money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? Your commuting time now is like 45, 50 minutes, 45 to an hour drive every day, one way.
Yeah.
From work. Okay. So now if you're paying about $4 a gallon on gas, it's gonna eat you up. Okay?
Yeah.
So what the state of California is doing, trying to do, because some people are driving electric vehicles, is that they're not gonna charge you based on fuel tax so much anymore, even though they're not gonna get rid of it. But they want to charge you based on the miles driven.
Wow.
So now, okay, the poor people don't live in the city because they can afford to. Now you're going to penalize them because of the distances that they're driving, regardless if it's an EV or a fuel car.
So what? So because it's a fuel car, they have to pay the mileage too?
Yeah, you're going to get double dinged. Because not only do you get dinged for the extra cost of the fuel, because like let's say I live in Texas, right? I pay about $2 a gallon on gas in Texas. But the people in California are paying about $4 a gallon.
Oh my God.
Because the state of California, trying to be environmental, puts an extra tax on that, considers it like a sin tax. But if you can't afford to live in the city, then what do you do is you live out in the outskirts because you want to live in a nice place because that's all you can afford, right? That's decent.
Yeah.
So you're paying it you're still paying it through the gas, maybe not as much, but you're still paying it through the gas that you're consuming every year. So what people are doing in California, in order to not pay so much on the fuel because you're paying $4 a gallon, they're reverting themselves. Because electricity is much cheaper on a car than buying the fuel.
Yeah.
Okay. But because so many people are buying electric vehicles in California now, what's beginning to happen is that the state of California is not collecting as much revenue that they're hoping for because people are buying a lot of EVs. They're not getting the money on the gas as much anymore.
Yeah.
So now they're going to start trying to tax people based on the miles driven. Is guess what? Being the people afford it.
What?
Poor.
Okay, instead of charging for the miles driven, why not charge for a kilowatt hour? You know, at the pump.
Yeah, and it's but the thing is, what happens in California is that they live in the type of mentality that anything goes mentality, right? So you have people that break the rules, break the laws. In some ways, they're forgiven. In other ways, they get reprimanded. To kind of give you an example, right? You got African Americans. And when Bill Clinton was in power, he passed a legislation that was called 3 strikes, you're out. So that means, okay, if you get, like driving under the influence, and I'm just saying you don't do anything wrong, but you get caught under the influence of alcohol. Technically, that would be considered a misdemeanor, right?
Yeah.
So if they catch you with something like that, okay, you pay like a $500 fine for driving under the influence. And then the second offense, okay, then you get a little bit more fine, and maybe you go to jail for like until you sober up 2 days later.
Wait, 2 days of sober? How much did you drink?
Well, one or 2 days to sober up, it's a small slap in the wrist. That's what I call it. But that's what it's supposed to be. And then let's say they catch you 3 times, okay, then they suspend your license. But you don't go to jail. You're not supposed to go to jail. Because what the crime that you're doing is that you didn't hurt anybody. Just caught you driving under the influence. And now, under normal circumstances, if you lost your license, well, okay, you can still get somebody to help take you to work. And that means you can still technically go to work, and they just make your life more. The way the law will change is the 3 strikes, you're out. That means 3 misdemeanors turns into a felony. Guess serve 20 years in prison. Those laws are crazy. Same thing like if they catch you, like let's say smoking a joint marijuana, even though normally I'm against it, but I'm not against legalizing marijuana. Right?
Yeah.
You have to be practical about it, right?
Yeah.
You can regulate it, but you can't. I don't think it's a good idea to completely outlaw it.
What's your thought about these delivery services like Uber, DoorDash, delivering alcohol now?
Oh, I didn't know that one. Well, as long as a person who's getting the product is 18 years or older, actually 21 for alcohol.
Yeah.
Right. Then I don't necessarily see anything wrong with it, but I can see how easily it can be abused.
Yeah, and also I think there's some places where it's that kind of service, but they're delivering marijuana too.
Yeah. And I see it coming, right? This is my argument, right? Because I'm a very conservative guy. But I also have, the older I got, I started realizing things. You know what? You have to use common sense.
Yeah.
And in some ways, even though personally I would never use it, and if I have a family, I would not want my children to use it. But this is a reason why I argue for legalizing the marijuana.
Well, think about it. Like you're having a nice romantic meal with your girlfriend, and you order out on DoorDash or something like that, and there's an alcohol option, red wine with your dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but as long as they can verify, like your ID.
Well, here's the thing that I would like to see if my company Island Eats adds alcohol delivery, is that you have to have your ID added into the app, and then we see your ID, and you have to verify it is your ID when I get to the door.
Exactly. Now, in that situation, as long as people are verifying, then I don't see anything wrong with it. But again, that can easily be abused. Yeah. Because let's say the driver is going to get paid based on the delivery, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you got a poor guy who's, let's say, trying to make ends meet, right? He's trying to make a living. Mm-hmm. Let's say he drives to a location.
Yeah.
And the person who put the order in, it does not necessarily qualify for the delivery because of the age limit or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And by the time the driver gets to the destination and is ready to deliver the product, and they can't deliver, that means anymore.
In that situation, basically the driver gets paid no matter what. If the product is undeliverable, he keeps the product.
In that sense, then I would see no problem with it because you remove the penalty of not making the delivery. There's no extra incentive.
Because the thing is that on Uber or something like that, when I couldn't make the delivery because I couldn't reach the customer or no one answered the door, I would call my dispatcher as a second confirmation. They would contact him. Yeah, you're right. Can't reach him. Have a good meal.
Now, the main reason why I'm for like marijuana legalization, even though technically in a way I'm against it.
Yeah.
America, mostly Mexico. And like in the United States, there was a time in which we had alcohol. So prohibition of alcohol, all it did, it took the industry underground. And then you had the mobsters came out of that. Al Capone and those types of guys, right?
Yeah.
So in Latin America, the main reason why people deal with drugs is because since it's illegal, when you make something illegal, the price of the product rises substantially.
Yeah.
So let's say normally a bottle of liquor would cost you $5 when it's legal.
Yeah.
When you make it illegal, let's say now that bottle of booze is going to cost you $200 because now you have to take it underground.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay a nice penalty. You're going to go to prison for that. So the risk is going to have to be worth the reward.
Yeah.
You're dealing with narcotics, it's the same concept. When you criminalize something and the penalty is still stiff, then when people want the consumption or accessibility to that drug, the reward for violating those laws is going to have to be substantial enough to take the risk. That's why drugs are so expensive.
Yeah.
And the stiffer the crime, the penalty, the more violent the crime becomes. Because if they catch you, let's say selling booze, okay, you lose your license, or maybe you go to jail for like a week or whatever, right? And give you a fine. But if they catch you, as a narcotics, person, like a drug dealer, okay, you go to prison for 10 years. Well, I mean, that's why people start carrying guns, is because they don't want to be taken. And in Mexico, there was 1 year, I forget exactly what it was. One city, Border town, there was over 5,000 people died in 1 year.
5,000 people?
Over 5,000 people died in 1 year, just one city of Mexico.
Is it because of COVID?
Oh no! This was the cartels, the drug dealers.
Yeah.
You got the drug wars, right? The civilians, innocent people were getting caught in the crossfires. And like in Mexico, if you combined all the victims of Mexico in that given year, it was over 20,000 people a year because of shooting. Imagine that happening year after year after year after year, and it never ends.
Yeah.
Right. And you got beheadings, you got people getting their limbs getting cut off, stuff like that. Let's say your arms get cut off, your legs get cut off. Cut off your head, all kinds of stuff, crazy stuff goes on in Mexico. And it's because of the narcotics problem. You legalize it, then the profit goes away. But you can still regulate it. Now what I also see in that is that it would create a lot of jobs both in Canada and the U.S. Because if you give certain people the license so they can farm it, then now you just create a new industry inside the U.S. that instead of buying it from Mexico or Latin America, we have our own farmers.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
And then you can tax those people, right? Because now it's a new industry, like selling cars. It's a new industry. You can tax it. You can regulate it. And with the money that gets collected in taxes, tax revenue, you can use that money to offset If anybody wants to go clean, okay, you got a clinic where you can go clean yourself. And that way you don't have as many people dying, innocent people dying. You know, at least that's my opinion about it, anyways.
Yeah.
But the problem with like California is that they have like in one aspect of it, you got like the African Americans and the Latinos. They get caught like driving under the influence or stuff like that. So for misdemeanors, they turn into a felony and they serve 20, 30 years. You know, driving under the influence of alcohol. I think it's crazy. You just ruin somebody's life. Right?
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, you got Los Angeles, you know, bringing in people from all over the world. Mexico, China, Vietnam.
Now the other thing too is when it comes to this delivery thing of the alcohol, I think some of the rules are like they're going to be training you on how to detect if they've already had alcohol and they're ordering more. You can't give it to them, stuff like that.
The thing that kind of feels sorry to some extent about the Uber and the Lyft drivers, there's like two aspects of it.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit saddened about is that, you know, you got these taxi drivers that had been doing the business before Uber and Lyft ever got into the game.
I'll put a good example on that. What about when the taxi drivers took over for the guy that was riding for horses? Yeah.
So yeah, it's a similar concept though, but the thing is what happens with I don't know if you're familiar with the medallion, the policy?
No.
Okay, I'll explain what it is. You got cities like New York. You can only have so many cars in a certain city because of if everybody owned a car, that means traffic will not move, right?
Yeah.
So they make it very expensive for anybody to own a car in places like New York. So if somebody wanted to work in the industry of public transportation, which I consider a cab driver, you have to pay for it, right? Like a bus, but you have to pay more for it. Is that they have to buy a license, which is called a medallion, to be able to work in the business.
Yeah.
And initially, everything was okay up to like maybe the 1950s or so.
Yeah.
People would buy a medallion, or maybe it cost you like a year's worth of wages, but you get to use that medallion for the next, let's say, 40 years, and make a decent living off of it, right? It's like a license, like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Then when you're gonna pass away or you want to retire, you can sell that medallion down the road to another person who wants to business of cab driving.
Oh yeah, they had the same thing in Montreal, I think, but it was like a
Okay.
piece of paper.
Now, what ends up happening is that eventually you had investors that start speculating on those medallions. Okay, so you would have somebody who starts buying up all the medallions they can get their hands on, and then they hire drivers to run the business. Right? So, and as this populations of New York keeps growing and growing, but the number of medallions does not grow because it's based on square miles or whatever formula. There's only so many medallions that are allowed in the city because again, they're not wanting to saturate the roads of New York. Cars.
Yeah.
The price of the medallions got astronomically super high. To the point that a medallion could cost you, let's say, 10 years of wages. Right?
Like
When
almost worth more than a house.
Yeah, something like that, right? So you got all these drivers that, of course, they're making good profits because people in New York make good money. When they take a cab, let's say you're getting paid like $50 cab driver. So they were making good money as a cab drivers because there's only so many cabs in New York for all the population. It keeps growing and growing and growing. And the medallions keep going up in price, but the drivers can afford to pay it because of the wages that they're getting. It kind of evens out.
Yeah.
When people who live in those areas happen to have their own personal cars, then you got Uber and Lyft. They're competing for cab drivers for those fares.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it completely destroyed, almost completely destroyed the cab business, and because they still owe, like, you got people financing those medallions,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not making the money that they used to anymore because they can't compete against Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Well, think about it. It's just like the horse and buggy. They couldn't compete against the motorized vehicle, and they invested all that money into a horse buggy and all that sort of stuff, and the raising of the horses and the stables. So it's almost the same thing in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just progress of time.
Yeah, it's progress of time. And now the other thing that I don't like too much about, like, Grubhub and Foodha and Breeds and forth, is that whenever you place an order for food for delivery, the Uber Eats will charge you a delivery fee.
Yeah.
Which is like $4 or something like that. Right?
How many?
I think it's like in Texas, it's like about $4 or $5 for a delivery.
Yeah.
That's about the average.
Same thing here.
And then on top of that, the restaurant will charge you an extra for the delivery fee.
The restaurant charges extra?
Uh-huh. The restaurant will charge you extra for delivery fee. Because what ends up happening is that, like, places like Grubhub, when they charge you a delivery fee, it does not go for the driver. Not even a portion of it. It's all of it goes to Grubhub. Right?
Because I don't have that issue here.
Yeah, well, we have that in the States, and I think when I found out about it, I was like, man, that sucks for the drivers, because the driver's doing, you know, let's say almost all the work, because they're the ones putting in the bill for their car and the fuel and the insurance cost. When you got Grubhub that processes all these transactions and it's all done electronically, why are they keeping, like, let's say 50% of the fee?
Mm-hmm.
The rest, let's say. The Grubhub, well, let's say they keep 50% of the fee for delivery, right?
Yeah.
And then the restaurant keeps like another 40% of the fee. And then the driver gets like 10%.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it sucks because a lot of these drivers are making like maybe, at least when it comes to food delivery, right?
Yeah.
They're probably making about maybe $15 an hour, which in like places like Texas is not, it's just barely enough to get by.
Is that more than minimum wage?
Yeah, it is more than minimum wage, but like when you're working like a minimum wage job, you just go to your job site, you know, with your car and your fuel, and that's it, right? Just a one-time drive.
Yeah.
And you just work, let's say, as a pizza, like a maker, and make pizza, and you're there all day long.
Yeah, because I'm making about $650 a week with what I'm doing.
Yeah, and yeah, the thing is when you're using your own personal vehicle for like doing food delivery, you have to pay an insurance for that. Fuel changes, your fuel cost, what happens if your car breaks down, and so on and so forth. There's extra you're burning through your car. Let's say it's faster than you would. You're only driving to and from work.
Yeah.
Because you're driving like 8 hours a day. Make sense?
Yeah.
That is being wrong. That more of that delivery money should be going to the driver.
Yeah.
Because initially, like when I used to be using the service, you know, at least when I was doing FEMA, I used to use Grubhub a lot because I was giving them like $1 tip, thinking, okay, I'm giving them $1 tip extra, right? And plus whatever delivery that they're getting compensated to. Until I found out they're not getting most.
Yeah.
Not giving them on top of the free fee, but they're hardly making any wages. And I kind of see that as being
used.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
For the real money, as far as I know, it's mostly doing like the Uber driving. Some of those Uber drivers in Austin are making like about $25-$30 an hour, which is pretty good. No, but California's crazy. They charge way too much taxes.
Man, all this is hard work. Getting all these beans done.
I'll save some for tomorrow. So what's your main character?
I don't really have one right now.
So you just play multiple because you got a paladin.
Demon Hunter. Hunter. What else? I can't remember what else I have. That's 60. Oh, Warlock.
Demon Hunters are crazy strong.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Can you hear the blender a lot?
Not a lot, but I can hear that you're blending something.
Okay, I'm gonna mute it then. Back to cooking. Yay.
Let's make some nachos.
Sweet bean nachos.
And sweet bean nachos. Best kind.
I don't think that would taste too appealing with the sweetness.
You get the, like over here they got the free birds. I love free birds. Make the best nachos.
I didn't think, dehydrating the beans would be this long.
Oh yeah, they could take a while.
Anyway, I got 3 batches done now.
You get a big blender, stick it all in one.
Huh?
You need to get a big blender, do it all at one time.
I wish I had a big blender.
You know, I noticed in Maldraxxus it's got this like floating like a palace or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's gonna be a raid one of these days. Yes. You ever go much to the void?
What do you mean to the void?
Or Maw, actually.
The Maw? I haven't been in a long time.
That stuff gets pretty intense once you get to the 5th level. Then when the jailer starts looking for you since the assassin's over.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got your thing maxed out, it started eating up like your hit points like 10% every 5 seconds or so.
Mm-hmm.
It gets to the point you can't even play there anymore. They force you out.
I think the rest of the beans I'm gonna probably try and put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge. I'm getting tired of cooking. I got half of a bag of beans in a freezer Ziploc bag. I can't believe I cooked that many. There we go. I don't have time to do the other half today of making them. What time is it now? Server time. Ugh. It locked me out. I was wondering why it got quiet. It logged me out.
Oh, I was wondering. I thought you had just logged out or something deliberately.
No.
Okay. I'm over here with a bunch of horde trying to kill a world boss. Dude, these guys are organized. Alliance doesn't do anything like this. Get about like 20 horde. Everybody here is there waiting for the boss to spawn. Here it comes. That's where we get owned all the time in battlegrounds, man. It's like they wipe the floor with us.
Right now, tonight, I'm just gonna cook the beans. Tomorrow, I'll make the other part.
Comes Mortanix. Can kill Mortanix. Maybe I get lucky, get some good gear out of this drop.
I don't have saran wrap.
Gotta use aluminum foil.
I don't even have that.
Rubbermaid.
Huh?
Your Rubbermaid. Tupperware.
What's Tupperware?
Then I go to sleep boy because it's getting like 10:30 or so.
Oh? You have to head to bed?
Yeah, especially because I was painting earlier, so I'm a little tuckered out.
Because I was just going to finish this up this last one. I was wondering if you want to do one last run.
I don't think I'll be a good healer under the current conditions. I'm falling asleep. But
Okay.
Maybe I'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, have a good night. Thanks for the one run.
You're welcome.
that. There we go. There we go. That's better.
Yes, Ova. Averwing, or Averwing Gay? I don't know how to pronounce this with the E. Is hosting Averwing, yes. There we go. No, I haven't heard this story here, but I'm trying to figure where it is. Where's the guy that I talked to? They're supposed to be right here. But I don't see anyone with a question mark.
Do you seek redemption?
See, they're right here. Maybe I did it wrong. Kitty, you do not help.
Krona kai Christor. Why did I do that?
The purpose reveals our way. The Arbiter sees all truths. Keep to the path. What do you seek? All souls have their
Oh, it's up here.
Wasn't expecting you to be so...
Figures. First new soul I see in ages. We have eternity.
Kitty, do not help. Has to be another way to get to that mirror. Maybe a bat moves that thing?
I said you was a I get you as Singstone. Huh. Thought you'd be more fleshy.
Why would anyone walk anywhere? Another satisfied patron.
We have eternity to know you.
My master did say to serve
I'm trying to figure this thing out, but it won't let me. Wrong area.
Why would anyone walk anywhere? Remember,
I think I'll just figure it out. Almost. That's the mirror.
Come forth, catalyst of change. You may question why we are willing to impart our power onto a mortal. Though you are no ordinary mortal, are you? No. You can breach the boundaries of the Maw with ease. Something that even the oldest Venthyr are unable to do. That ability alone would make you perfect for my plan. But there is so much more to you, isn't there? It will never be enough to simply defeat Denathrius. We must also break his hold on Revendreth. His grasp on this realm comes from the medallions he created, each containing a fraction of his power, given to subordinates that would obey without question. We must secure these medallions, and with them usher in a new era that would see Revendreth return to its true purpose.
I distinctly remember hearing of such a plan many years ago, Renathal. Before the Master's true intentions were known. No atonement without sacrifice.
Welcome, my fellow doomed friend.
Like, do I have an oath by both of them or just one?
Speak, I will listen and remember. Your loyalty has been observed and acknowledged. Stand as one of us. I accept your pledge as honest and true. You may rise.
Hello, Moorwalker. Meet us within the chambers below to begin. Ah, our potential savior of the Shadowlands has arrived. Please take your place when you are ready to begin. You stand before the Court of Harvesters, willing and able to accept our gift. Help us return Revendreth to its true purpose. Help us rid this realm of a tyrant whose actions threaten all of reality. This gift of power will be yours so long as you remain loyal to our cause. Darkest greetings, Moorwalker.
Every soul can be redeemed, if it desires to be. The Mars Guardian, please come forward. You will be the first to receive this honor.
May her blade serve you well, Moorwalker.
Do not look so glum, Draven. You will get your turn soon enough. It is quite good to see you. Do let me know if you come across anything challenging.
It is done. May the power within your souls serve you well.
Take me with you. Mind your stance, watch your flank, and never let them see your fear.
I guess I'll be for the first.
Confront your past, or be condemned by it.
Oh, what's this? That's kind of cool looking.
Every choice matters.
There we go.
And what can this humble fallen prince do for you today? The drought, the lack of souls, the jailer, all connected. You and me against the end of reality. We might need some help. I look upon you and dare to feel hope.
Revendreth will endure. Keep your eyes open, always.
That hurt a lot.
Grey is stone, and cheap is stone. Don't draw attention, just walk away. If there's nothing else, then one more time, yeah? Come back when you need sorting. Got the best goods you're bound to find. Just don't ask too many questions.
Making all my stuff drop. Ah, cool. Get some quests here.
How are you? Have a good one.
What's on your mind? Watch your back. Off with you.
go.
I'm out of range. Something first.
My liege, I have done as you asked, and now beseech you for your blessing.
Your sacrifice is a testament to your obedience. Indeed, you are worthy of this charge. Arise, and forever be known as Svala Sorrowgrave.
The sensation is beyond my imagining. I am yours to command, my king.
Your first test awaits you. Destroy our uninvited guests.
I will be happy to slaughter them in your name. Come, enemies of the Scourge. I will show you the might of the Lich King. I will vanquish your soul. You're good, Mark.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Where's that? Need one more shiny. Let's get the music back in.
A target.
What this place? Will destroy you. What mongrels dare intrude here? Look alive, my brothers! A feast for the one that brings me their heads!
Too far away.
You motherless knaves! Your corpses will make fine morsels for my new drink! Not so rash now, are you? Attack! I'll show.
I need a target.
There we go.
Ranulf of the Screaming Abyss, snuff these maggots with darkest night. Core of the brutal siege, bestow your might upon me. Haldor of the Rocky Cliffs, grant me your strength! Bjorn of the Black Storm, honor me now with your presence!
Here we go.
You need something? See you later.
Interest you on a pint? Be good. Off with you.
Well, I think I'm gonna color it off for here for tonight. Oh yeah, I have to be up early tomorrow. Crap. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it here. Have a good night, guys. As always, keep on gaming, have fun, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Peace.